I want to take you on a journey with me. It's been 30 years since I had a stillborn son and had revelation in the mortician's house the day after giving birth to my baby's body, realizing that we're not these bodies, we are spiritual beings. It's been 15 years since I have actually worked doing deep, deep processes on huge celebrities, CEOs, and I've trained over 10,000 coaches. And I'd like to take you on a journey with me because I am finally going to be writing my book on E4 method, the 4 steps to healing your past, empowering your present, and manifesting your future highest self. Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Hi, and welcome. I am Dr. Erin, Dr. Divinity and Master Spiritual Coach, and it is kind of an important day for me. I always sit and reflect through the week and really try and come up with something that's from my heart for you guys in this weekly podcast newsletter, energy update, and really basing it in the core work that we do in the school. And this week, what has been really revealed to me in my heart is that it's time. It's time to bring E4 method to the world on a larger scale. We have had such profound, incredible testimonials in the school. E4 is something that I didn't know. I had many processes and things I'd been developing over the years, but it wasn't until we began to really do the processes within the school that E4 method was the thing. It was a thing that got the radical results. It was a thing that people talked about and raved about. It was the thing that was very clear as a feedback from the universe that this was the process that had people really reaching an enlightened state. So I want to take you on a journey with me. And why I do this is the same reason why I teach my students to put out things to the world that holds them accountable. And so I want to take you on a journey as I write this book, as we already have the courses for E4 and the certifications and the accredited certification, which is kind of funny because you would think first you do a book and then you would do that. And it's actually absolutely opposite for me, which is amazing because it's taken many, many years to do these processes to distill them down into such clear, simple steps as the 4 steps to heal your past, empower your present, and manifest your future highest self. So I want to invite you also to take this weekly journey with me as we're diving into this deep, deep, profound work. And I would invite you to do something for yourself as well, no matter what it is, whether it be a dream you're fulfilling upon, a book you're writing for yourself. Maybe you are, focusing on your health or your wealth or relationships or really birthing your purpose and calling. I invite you to use this podcast, use this newsletter to hold yourself accountable for something that you want to take the journey with me on. And so as we dive into this, I wanted to say that it's been such an interesting journey of writing, beginning to write this, because I reflect back upon my first book, Awakening, and how challenging it was for me in that journey. It was something I wrote when I was finishing my doctorate of divinity, and I really was compiling so much incredible, powerful content that I wanted to put it into a book so that one, I wouldn't forget it. Two, that it was the distinctions that I had learned over, the 20 years of developing all this work. I think the book came out in 2017 for Awakening, and it's been a book that has really helped so many people, and given them the distinctions of the specific lineage that we are in, which is the ancient wisdom of the universe, which is metaphysics, which is universal spiritual law, and bringing in transformational distinctions. It's a 40-day journey of awakening. and really understanding the distinctions of getting out of the way, if you will, to be able to awaken to the truth of who you are. So that journey was incredible for me because I was completely not a writer. I was dyslexic growing up, and English was my worst subject in school. And so to write a book was what I call the book wrote me. It developed me in ways that I had to get developed. I had to get organized. I had to really distill down all of my thoughts. It was one of the most beautiful and most challenging processes for me. But of course, like everything, you have hindsight after, right? And you can look back and go, oh, I wish I just sat down and written out the outline very clear and gotten really clear of what that was. Instead, what I did for a long time is I would take each distinction that was in the book and I would write out 5 pages on each distinction. And then as I got all of the distinctions together, then I was like, well, what are these? What's the actual, things that it's distilling down? And an awakening, goes through a specific journey and a path to awakening. And so the cool thing is now for you out there, if you're looking at this going, what do I want to fulfill upon, whether it be a book, whether it be whatever, it's always challenging in the beginning. But as we evolve and grow and keep completing cycles and projects, it gets easier and easier. So this journey into writing, which I'm on the journey right now of writing the E4 method book, the 4 steps to healing your past, empowering your present, and manifesting your future highest self. So it's been fun because I know I'm not going to write a bunch of things until I got really, really clear on the outline. And so, one, I want to take you on the journey with you because I really truly believe that E4 is a way of a quantum enlightenment. Looking back over the 30 years of my journey of awakening and doing all the deep work, having 28 plus years of meditation and doing the deep, deep regressions through E4 in this lifetime, past lifetime, and future time compressing. I really, really believe that there is ways of taking a quantum leap in your awakening, a quantum leap in really your enlightenment, a quantum leap in empowering yourself and becoming the person that you were born to be, which is someone who is great, someone who has a very specific gift and message to bring to the world. So as we go along this journey, I'm going to hold myself accountable and bring hopefully some distinctions that will help you in your own journey of awakening and enlightenment. Okay. So our journey together is going to go like this. The first part is kind of an introduction. How does the universe work? What is the creative process of the universe, and how do we live in a mental universe that is connected to our subconscious mind, that is connected with the universal law? And how does this work through mental pictures that connects to our epigenetics at a subconscious cellular level upon the DNA that's one with the Akashic records and all lifetimes and all past lifetimes? So I'm going to get a real deep dive into the overview of how creation works, how it works from your mind, how it works from your subconscious, and how it works in the super consciousness. So we're going to do kind of a big overview of what that is and understanding the creative process. So to make sense of how E4 and how your consciousness has created all of your limitations, and also the same consciousness that can create your limited beliefs and false identity can be inverted and actually declare and free your DNA and have you become somebody that's truly all powerful and all knowing and a creator of their lives. Okay. So that's kind of the overview that we're going to be going over. So the second part of the introduction is we're going to go into what are the 4 steps? What are the 4 E's? Why is this something you can live and breathe, not just in regressions, but in every single day of your life, in every single experience, how you can literally liberate yourself and consciously create at all points in time. So that's the introduction and the journey that I'm going to take you on so that you can use the E4 through every emotion that you experience, every upset, every situation, so you can realize what you are doing in creating your life right here and right now. So that's all chapter 1. Chapter 2, we're going to get into healing your past. So I'm going to break on down your current life, regressions and traumas, and how to really heal those, breaking down past life regressions and really freeing yourself from the patterns of your ancestors or yourself, where there's really only one life and one soul, and looking at how to actually heal your past so that you can be fully present right here, right now. And part 3, which will really eventually be chapter 3, which is empowering your present. So I'm going to get into how to actually use E4 for your emotional mastery and your energetic mastery on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment, breath-to-breath choice, teaching you actually how to transform and transmute the energetics at every point in time. And next is one of my favorite things that we do in school, which is quantum manifesting, time compressing, really empowering and birthing your future highest self. So I'm going to dive in here and help you understand how life is not linear. There is no such thing as time and space, from a spiritual perspective. There's only now, and really how to call in and quantum manifest, bringing the vision in of your future highest self and how to energize that to manifest and to take a quantum leap, taking years or months or whatever it is off of the timeline of you to embody your future highest self. And then finally, we're going to get into living the E4, living fully in the presence of all this from a daily spiritual practice, from really intentionally living to become the creator of your life. So I want to begin with a story I've been using quite a bit, and it is the story of the magic lantern. You saw it in Aladdin, but it was way before Disney came out with that story. It's a very famous story that we've all heard, which is this magic lantern, which is about a genie. And the genie comes, I believe, it goes something like there's somebody in a cave and they're going back and they're looking for things and they find this lantern and they kind of dig it up, and up comes this lantern, and they kind of are trying to get the dust and all the stuff off this magic lantern, not realizing that they're actually polishing and rubbing this magic lantern. And all of a sudden, poof, comes this magic genie. And this big, kind of scary, all-knowing, all-powerful genie comes out. And, the guy that is trying to, that found the lantern is scared, like, oh my gosh, what just happened, right? And the genie comes out and the genie says, your wish is my command. I can grant you 3 wishes, right? So whatever you want to wish for 3 wishes. And as so many people talk about the story, they ask, what would you wish for? If you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for? And like most people, they say, well, I would wish that I could have any wish for eternity, right? That I would wish to know how to make the wishes come true, right? We all want to know the secret of the universe. We all want to know the secret formula for success. We all want to know how to become almighty, all knowing. And so what this story represents is the genie represents the highest consciousness, right? That God self within, that consciousness that can grant us stuff, right? Which is really like universal law. If we understand the secret of universal law, we know that any wish can be commanded, right? But what this story did not tell us, and what it did kind of represent though at the same time, is that your wish is my command. We understand through the Bible and through so many, religious teachings, the power of word, the power of understanding that word creates. Your command, when you command, you actually inform your subconscious mind, which is one with the superconscious mind. You command by the power of your word, and you move energy upon universal law. And that goes out exponentially and reflects back with perfection. But what this didn't teach us is that your negative commands create as well, right? This is the abracadabra. This is your wish. Your word is your wand, right? That the negative commands create as well. We just don't remember or even acknowledge or are aware enough of when we have declared negative commands. So as we go into E4 method and regressions, we go into incidents, whether they be traumatic incidents or incidents where there's a high state of emotion. Something occurs, something doesn't occur, right? We think of trauma only as when you're in war or a car accident, but trauma or an incident or a state where you're commanding is a high energetic state. There's a high emotion, a high energetic, a high frequency and vibration. We're in that state. I always say it's something like, say your mom didn't show up for Christmas and you are upset and you get super upset and you're crying and you're hysterical and you energize it through meaning and a bunch of stuff. And then you decide, love abandons. I'll never love again. I'll never trust again. Something's wrong with me, right? And this command, this identity commands in the subconscious mind, it actually literally, with that lie, tags the epigenetics and it plays out like puppet strings in our lives. Your wish is my command. Your wish is my command. And it plays out and echoes into eternity until it is recreated. And so your wish is my command is something we have to look at our life and realize everything is playing out on rote, automated from what we decided, what we commanded. And then we don't even remember. And as I say, the only disease is amnesia because we forget what we commanded. We forget what we decided. We forget what we declared with the power of our word, not only positive, but negative. Okay. So your wish is my command. This is a metaphor I want you to begin to take into consciousness as we go on this journey together, for you to really look and begin to realize, wow, the same theme is happening over and over again in my relationships. Wow, the same theme is happening over and over again in my finances. Wow, the same theme is happening in my health, right? In general, people have one of those areas of their life where it's like constantly the battle. Maybe they have good health, but their relationships are always a disaster, or maybe their relationships are really good, but they can't figure out money to save their lives, right? Whatever it is, it just plays out like a drama and a theme of people's lives. And so we want to understand that the energetics, the consciousness that created that outpicture of that command is the same consciousness that can create liberation, that can create a new paradigm, which can create a new command. So remember that you have a magic lantern. It's your consciousness. It's the source within you. It is that all-knowing, all-powerful being, right? That is the magic lantern. The genie is your highest consciousness. It is that which decides. It is that which has volition. It is that which decides and determines and commands universal law. It is the spoken word. Okay. And so as we go again into this journey, I'm just going to leave you with this kind of metaphor, this visual of the magic lantern, to know that we're going to go on the journey of using that magic lantern, of becoming that genie within us and deciding a new command. Your wish is your command. You can make as many wishes. You can fulfill upon your dreams. You can fulfill upon becoming the highest self. You can fulfill upon not being the effect of the world, but rather reawakening the I am, the consciousness within you, that God source within you, the all-powerful, all-knowing aspect of who you are. Okay. So I invite you to go on this journey with me, share it with your friends, who we hang out, we become. If you have friends that are complaining and the victim and this and that, it's really hard to get to the next level in your life. You want to enroll your friends, your close, intimate friends, your inner circle into healing and empowering and all the stuff. So go on this journey together. You can share out the newsletter. You can grab the Universal Law calendar below. This week, believe it or not, does not surprise me at all. The Universal Law lesson of this week, because there's only one universal law. It's the law of oneness, the law of love, the law of cause and effect, whatever you want to name it. But we go over 52 distinctions on this podcast here and in the newsletter and in the school. So this week's Universal Law lesson is the law of destiny, which is so funny because I truly believe that this book is one of my destiny and my legacy that I'm here to leave in this lifetime. So the universal law of destiny states it's written in the stars. What you wholeheartedly desire is your destiny. So what does that mean exactly? That means whatever you truly focus on will become your destiny. Because if you truly, truly desire it, right? Think about it like if pretend it's a dream, okay? When you really, really desire it, you keep asking yourself, how can I do this? And you keep embodying it and you keep focusing on it. If you don't really want the dream, you'll find every excuse. You will find every reason why you can't do it. And that is your destiny. Okay. So whatever you focus on, whatever you embody, whatever you truly, truly desire is your destiny. And so I'm just knowing a great destiny right now, taking a deep breath in. I just say thank you, thank you, thank you for all the great wisdom of the universe, all the ancient wisdom, all the truth of the universe. I recognize right here that E4 is a destiny, that it has had a life beyond me, that it is something that has gone back out and recognized and reflected back through the universe with exponential awakening, exponential empowerment, exponential freedom, exponential liberation. I'm recognizing and knowing the destiny of E4 through the book, through even more courses, through helping the masses really truly out there heal and reveal the truth of who they are. I'm also knowing the destiny of anyone and everything, of everyone, every leader that is watching or listening in right now, that they have a destiny. They have a divine destiny, whatever's written on the cells of their heart, whatever they truly desire, the destiny is for them to embody the highest version of themselves. I'm knowing this absolutely together. I know we're on an awakening journey together, this age of Aquarius, this time in history that is a destiny for each and every one of us. And I'm just saying thank you, thank you, thank you as we go on this journey of E4, of healing thy past, empowering the present, and manifesting the future self, the highest self. I'm knowing this for each and every one here. I'm knowing and blessing this book. I'm blessing all of E4 courses, certifications. I'm blessing every practitioner that embodies E4, teaches it, and practitioners it out as coaches in the world. I'm saying thank you, thank you. I'm blessing it exponentially in the empowerment and in the enlightenment and in everything. It is done as together we say, and so it is. And so it is. Okay, you guys, if you haven't already, you can grab the free Universal Law calendar below. You can come together with me every week here, get your mind right. If you're ready to go to the next level, you come in and actually get your E4 trauma work and regression work and empowerment work and future time compressing work all done in the school. You can actually get accredited and turn it into a career for yourself. I'm so incredibly honored to do this work with you. Sending you so much love. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and may you live the truth.